All right, and we are back. Looking at game number 3 here, going into Braxis Holdout. Game 1 on Battlefield of Eternity went over to Periloot. Game 2 over to Team Rainbow Strike Go on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Very dominant performances from both of these teams here, ultimately getting quite the value out of their comp on BOE, getting that early push. And then we saw on the second game there kind of a turnaround, some early push out of Periloot, but Rainbow Strike Go bringing it home for that victory. So we are going to see game number 3, Braxis Holdout, selected by Periloot. So far, the winning team has selected the map. So we'll see if Periloot can continue that streak, if you will, or if Rainbow Strike Go can in fact upset them. So let's take a look here and get into this game. And we'll take just a moment to fix the sound once we get in here, once it loads. Alrighty then, let's see. So let's go ahead and get to the game overlay. We'll leave that up so that I can do the pop-ups, and then after that, here we go. For some reason, this game is taking longer to load than the others.
Powering up. We're about to begin.
All right. Get the sound fixed. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. On the left, we have Rainbow Strike Go. We've got Silver playing Johanna, Kingleberry on Leoric, Howlin' Knight on Anduin, McLoser on Kael'thas, and Phoenix going to be played by Sudden Bears. And on the right, we've got Periloot. Periloot is going to be host of, let's see, Helio on Stukov, Argle Booster on Chromie, Swill on Stukov, Toasty on Jaina, and Carthen on Varian. And just as a reminder, this did take place before the patch. So this game, the control points will trigger if you step on them, not like the Dragonshire style where you have to stay on them, but real good hook there coming out and manages to get the kill onto Kael'thas. First blood about 23 seconds into the game, and that is 100% different from the other games, as both of those games it took several minutes before we got a kill. But not this time, making the statement early, getting that kill onto Kael'thas, and we do see the Mana Addict talent. Love to see it. Yesterday's game, I think, had a convection out of Div A. It was rather crazy. So looking at the talents, so we've got the Globe Quest for Stitches, getting that extra health and potential movement speed. Once again, the Globe Quest for Jaina. We've got High King's Quest for Varian. The additional Chromie clone when she completes her Qs, and Fetid, or Spine Launcher rather, for Stukov. On the other side, we've got that advanced targeting, I think, for let's take a look. Mobile offense. Okay, that's the stutter step one. But we're gonna see Rainbow Strike Go getting that camp immediately once it spawns there. And they're going to start working on this second camp as well. And they did this... Oh, why is it doing that? What the hell? What the hell's it doing? There we go. Not sure what happened there. Anyways, so... Yeah. Camps. Getting onto the macro real early on here. But that's going to give Periloot the chance to get onto the point and get an early 20%. On the other side, we do have Laws of Hope, that bold strategy. I mentioned the Mana Addict, Mobile Offense, and I don't even know what this is. Fealty unto Death for the Leoric. So now, blue team getting onto the point. Rainbow Strike Go, getting over the 20% mark. And they do have their camp in the top lane, getting some value. And Jaina with no mana coming up here to try to help clear this with Varian, as Varian going into the Twin Blades. And checking out, we do see the rotation from Stitches up here, pushing the Phoenix off the point. But with the 4 mana in the bot lane, they're able to put in a little bit of damage on the wall. Not a ton, just enough. Leoric making the rotation up, does see the Jaina on the way down, but considering the slows coming out from Jaina, Leoric saying, yeah, you know what, I don't want to deal with that. And Varian getting pretty low to the Phoenix here. Again, Varian doesn't have level 7 yet, so he doesn't have second wind. Makes it a little bit harder for him to stay engaged in those fights. Bot controlled by Periloot, top controlled by Rainbow Strike Go, as Leoric making the rotation down into the bot lane here is going to go ahead and start the channel on this point, but walks away. And keep in mind, they cannot see the time traps, so the time trap did hit there, and Kael'thas in kind of his own lane here with 3 of Periloot, as now Jaina and Varian getting the top. But that leaves the bottom open for Rainbow Strike Go. And I think this is part of the reason that they went back and made the changes to Brax's holdout, is because ultimately this phase, especially this first one, can go on for days. Since all you have to do is just tap it to prevent any percentage from going on. With the new Dragonshire style, you know, if you've got somebody who can stay on the point for a good long time, you can just get the bonus. You can get that percentage going. Once you've got it, it's much harder to trigger the cancellation, I guess you would call it. So Leoric getting onto this siege camp is going to need a little bit of help. That'll take him a while without some assistance, and Kael'thas is going to provide that. We see now with Varian getting close to 7 here, looking to pick up that second wind, hasn't done it yet. There he goes. So now he can probably trade into Phoenix a little bit better, has that movement speed and also the slow. But opting to get that globe because he needs that globe to finish Hiking's quest. And look at the damage going out onto Silver, Howlin' Knight, and McLoser from Chromie Bombs. Couple more percentage points for blue there. Up to 46% now with 20% for red. Oh, I meant to take that, turn that off. Let's turn that off, huh? Is that the right one? There we go. And Chromie walking away there at about half health, throwing the bombs back. And Kinkleberry is very low here, has to juke the Chromie Sands. Let's check in top lane here. Carthen and Sudden Bears going at it, and now the percentage, again, just a little bit going over to Periloot. Zoom out a little bit so we don't have to move around much. So we do see Johanna getting that condemn in on 2, but no DPS able to follow up. The hook goes out onto Anduin. Howlin' Knight getting slowed down by the Stitches, but again, no DPS to follow up. So these tanks are making plays, but there's not anybody behind them to complete or convert those kills. And Periloot now getting the channel once again, sitting at 40%. Leoric's going to get up here, stall this out as they just barely pass up Rainbow Strike Go at 48%. We do see Kael'thas and Anduin now coming over here, getting onto the Bruiser camp. Hopefully allowing them to get some pressure into the lane and continue to channel that objective. Now, as Varian levels up here, he should eventually be able to pretty well shred Phoenix with just a quick shattering throw. And if he doesn't get that warp out pretty much immediately, a Lion's Fang coupled with some auto attack damage there will just kill that mech. And up in the top lane, we do see that warp away as Jaina rotating up after getting the bottom camp with Periloot. Level 10's coming up soon for both teams, not too far away. We do see the temporal loop for Chromie, as of course she is able to get those talents a little bit ahead. Unfortunately, popping the time trap negated the hook potential and her own Q attacks, her Sandblast. 62% for Rainbow Strike Go, as now with level 10s coming on for both teams, looking to see a fight coming out here soon. We have the Entomb, Blessed Shield, Planet Cracker, of course, Phoenix, and Light Bomb. And there's the Planet Cracker going right onto Argle Booster. Well played, as on top of that, Stukov, using that flailing swipe, rooted himself in the Planet Cracker and got himself killed. Feels bad, man. And there's that charge in, the slow. And for right now, at least, that's all he gets. But once that level 13 comes online, Varian could be a menace to that Phoenix. And I'm actually kind of surprised with the 2 kills that they didn't actually get additional percentage on the point. They left everybody in the bot lane, elected to get the camp. And now Leoric going up top to try to help Phoenix to get the top point. And in the epic dance of Brax's holdout, Chromie coming down, able to pick up for the red team. And now Varian looks like he's going to be able to take top as well. So with that in mind, Rainbow Strike Go getting in onto the point, trying to get past the Stitches. The Entomb missing, almost able to keep Stitches locked down. The Leap of Faith pulling Kael'thas out of danger. All right. The hook going out. And the Zerg coming, a full Zerg wave for Periloot, 62% for Team Rainbow Strike Go. And we didn't talk about the red side. We've got the Temporal Loop for Chromie, like I mentioned, Shield Wall for Varian, Flailing Swipe. We did see that Gorge a little bit late on the Planet Cracker there for the Zerg anyways. And then Jaina has, I think, the Water Elemental. Kael'thas getting the kill onto Chromie there, as the Flailing Swipe not able to knock everybody back and keep her alive. Living Bomb getting spread onto Jaina as well. And there it is, the Water Elemental as mentioned. Chastise gonna land on Jaina, and the Living Bomb takes her out, but Jaina also getting the counter kill onto Kael'thas. Checking up top here, so Varian against Phoenix doesn't have a whole lot of AoE damage. Not exactly the best Zerg clear, as we do see Johanna going down in the bottom thanks to Stukov there. I believe that was probably, well, I guess it wasn't a Gorge, maybe just a hook. Another hook onto Leoric this time, but he's just gonna Wraith Walk away as the Chastise roots Chromie in place. And just about to see level 13 from Varian. And we'll see if he goes into that Shattering Throw, since he's been playing against Phoenix this whole time, or if he looks to go for the Mortal Strike instead to negate some of that healing out of Stukov for the group team fights that'll eventually be showing up. And it is Shattering Throw, so expect to see that shield from Phoenix going away pretty quickly. Alrighty then, so Brax's holdout. Not a lot of space on the map for people to do things other than just brawl, and we do see the Entomb coming out. There's the Planet Cracker with the Blessed Shield. It's going to be loads of damage onto Swill, and he's going to go down. Kael'thas using that that Gorge to ultimately get that kill, and looks like Stukov is also going to go down. Jaina is close, but I don't think that Leoric can get in there and get that kill. So Jaina finishing her level 1 trait, so she's now going to have Ice Block available every 20 seconds or so. And Varian getting that camp now against this Phoenix, able to use the Shattering Throw, putting Phoenix in a little bit of a dangerous position up here. Varian getting closer and closer, uses that Shattering Throw, charges in, uses the Lion's Fang, but that's it. And now Jaina showing up here, so they may look to try to get some push up here with this siege camp, providing that armor reduction onto the towers. And they do get that finished up, so bot lane pressure as well from the camp. Not quite going to get towers, but it is going to allow them to get onto the point as Rainbow Strike Go channels the bottom and sends Leoric up to the top to help get onto the top one as well. But Periloot not allowing that for too long, able to get up here, stop the channel, and now Varian on the top here is going to start them on the percentage. Bruiser Camp going for Rainbow Strike Go in the top lane, but it'll get cleared up relatively quick between Varian and Jaina. And a bit of a brawl down here. We do see the Stitches getting the Living Bong, pulling away. Chromie completing that quest earlier allows him that extra clone, and so now all kinds of Qs coming out, but there's the Purification and Tomb. Swill gonna go down once again, and the Light Bomb comes out, manages to hit Chromie, and it's the Chastise coming from Anduin. It's gonna finish the job. These combos are working out really well, calling for the Planet Cracker right at the moment of Entomb to make sure that they get the full value out of that damage. And this time it wasn't a gorge, it was just, hey, by the way, Stitches, we can kill him. We do see the camp invade here. There's the ice block for Jaina. A little bit of danger here as they're just going deep under the tower, trying to take her out. And Anduin keeping this camp under lock and key, making sure he can finish that off. And everybody back on the map. Coming back into bot lane with this camp. Rainbow Strike Go, getting in to try to get some damage, maybe get this full fort. We are seeing the ultimates. Blessed Shield going out. Once again, the Entomb stops out the Stitches. Light Bomb hits onto 2, and Stitches grabs Leoric this time as Johanna does take out Jaina, but Kael'thas getting destroyed by Chromie in the backline here. Leo coming back in. They have minions again, so does get that finish onto Stitches, but now Kingleberry in a bit of danger here, probably going to go down as soon as the Stukov D is available. And there it is. But that's going to give them the fort. So ultimately, 2-for-2 trade, one of which was Leoric, so trait value, and they Rainbow Strike Go also got the fort. And that's the lane that their Zerg wave is pushing in. So that's going to go right into the keep wall. And they're going to get on this point and start channeling it. Varian coming in, though. And Varian a threat even against Johanna with the Shattering Throw, able to prevent her from really getting full value out of that Iron Skin when she pops it. And here we go. Now Jaina coming up to assist, followed by the Stitches. So keep an eye out here. Varian looking for that shield. There's the shield, but pulled away by the Leap of Faith. And they're going to start getting some channel here for Periloot. Jaina coming in with the Leoric, gonna get the Entomb onto Varian, and once again with the Planet Cracker, making sure that another death on the table. 11 kills to 5. Every time they've used that Entomb and had a Planet Cracker available, somebody dies. And this is gonna start the channel back in their favor as they get on the camp invade in the top lane. Getting this siege camp, and this is a 4v2 with, or 4v3, I guess. Jaina's up here too. Zoom out a little bit here so we can see where they come in. And the hook onto the Leoric. Probably was trying to look for a gorge there, but Leoric making himself unstoppable. And level 16 online for Kael'thas, getting that Ignite talent allowing for the additional living bomb for free when you hit somebody with your flame strike. And the hook this time onto Anduin, there's that gorge that they're looking for. Makes it all the way back to the tower. He cannot life grip somebody out of that, but the Entomb keeping them locked down and maybe getting the kill onto Stitches. They do. The light bomb going out as well, and Varian in a bit of danger here, but he gets himself healed back up. The Zerg wave's coming out, a full Zerg wave for Rainbow Strike Go, going into the keep in the bottom, and Phoenix is already there. And I like this play. If you're Periloot right here, you've got to get down here and stop this from taking your keep. It's level 19 to 18, a full level advantage for Rainbow Strike Go, as they're working toward level 20 right now. So ultimately the top is about wrapped up, and we do see still some stuff in the bottom working on this keep, but Jaina's larger blizzard there able to finish off the Zerg wave. And they're going to make their way up here to the top lane. We see that Entomb once again silenced onto Varian, this time with the level 20. And that Purification, or Planet Cracker, getting the value. Kael'thas gets the Temporal Loop used, but uses that Mana Addict shield. Let's see. Wonder how many stacks he's up to. As Kingleberry's deep in the backline here, trying to catch up to Jaina, but ultimately not able to get there. And they're going to get this fort, it looks like. So Kael'thas at 43 stacks of Mana Addict. And if I remember correctly, that's... is it 5 mana or 15 mana? 15 mana, so he gets an extra shield based on his total mana available. So that's actually a pretty significant amount of extra shielding. It's probably what, about a 1200 point shield at this point. Let's take a look. Is that the right person? No, that's not the right person. 4? There we go, that's the right person. 1300 point shield, so pretty significant for Kael'thas. And blizzards don't bother Johanna. She's got Iron Skin. But the hook going out onto Leoric, unable to convert into that gorge. And once again, that living bomb getting spread from the flame strike. Free value, and you know what? At level 20 with flamethrower, he gets the extra range and the cooldown reduction as well, on top of the cooldown reduction he has from his level 13 talent for all of his abilities when using Living Bomb. So every time he hits with that Living Bomb, it's just giving him the ability to go crazy. And the level 20 version of that for Flamethrower, giving him the cooldown reduction on Flame Strike, is just nuts. We do see a 4v4 right now, as Phoenix not quite here, but neither is Chromie. The hook onto Anduin, but there's the Entomb. The Planet Cracker misses this time, but he pushes himself into it, and he's gonna go down anyway. Stukov trying to make the flailing swipe push back the enemy team so that Stitches could get away, but I imagine he was trying to click out of the point there, out of the Entomb to get away, but just couldn't quite make it. And as such, we do see them coming in for the boss. Jaina getting caught by Johanna Anchor in the bush. Uses that ice block, and but it's going to be Leoric going down as he Wraith walks through the team. And now it's an even fight here, as Temporal Loop going out onto Johanna, I believe. Yes, indeed. And there's a Light Bomb as well. 1 for 1. Light Bomb getting value there. The boss does go over to Team Rainbow Strike Go, and the health bars dropping everywhere. Stukov trying to make it away, but can't. Chromie triggers the shielding on Phoenix, but is able to get the kill onto Johanna, but Phoenix finishes Chromie. This guy right here, ladies and gentlemen, the only player on the map, as Stitches just showing back up to the party. Probably going to race over here, try to stall out the point, and then get back there and do what he can to help on the boss. What a fight. What a fight. And Stitches doesn't exactly have a ton of siege, so this boss is going nowhere fast. ripping through these towers. And now Rainbow Strike Go has the potential with a full Zerg wave coming in the top lane right into this keep. And there's the Planet Cracker and Tomb, and there's nowhere for Stitches to go. He does get the Gorge, and hopefully he can get far enough away. He does. He's able to get over there to the healing well. The big long-range hook onto Leoric is able to secure that kill, but the keep goes down, and now they're well because they... Oh, nope, they are able to kill it just barely in time. But the full Zerg wave coming through the top lane now. And Rainbow Strike Go is gonna clean it up. They don't want to lose their fort. It's a 4v5. So they accept that this gets them a free clear on both sides. With their one player down, no structure is going to go down for Rainbow Strike Go. They're in a great position right now. And if they find a good fight, not like that last one where everybody was dead, but if they find a good fight at this point, they walk into the core and win the game. And those good fights can come up fairly frequently with the Entomb possibilities, but there's the Anduin getting hooked. Charge coming out from Varian, pops that parry, but look at his health. He gets obliterated. Entomb going out, doesn't hit anybody because there's no Varian left to hit. The long-range hook onto Johanna, but pops the Iron Skin, walks away. Gravity Lapse and Spooky Hand from Kingleberry there. Onto Stitches. The Spooky Hand just barely missed. And now, again, 5v4 as no Varian. Hook onto Kael'thas. This time they do get the Gorge. Planet Cracker keeping Stitches from being able to cross that line. And Phoenix finishes that camp, so they have now a Bruiser camp to assist. The hook going out, not quite able to land on anybody. And now the Living Bomb getting spread once again from that Flame Strike. As the Water Elemental has just enough health to stay alive, now goes down. Top lane, we have a couple of catapults, but Jane is going to make it back in time before any actual structure damage is done. And we see Varian back on the map. Hook going out once again, doesn't land. And here we go. This could be the fight. This could be it. 5v5. There's no Planet Cracker. Only Temporal Loop from Chromie. So if I'm Periloot, I don't necessarily want to take this fight right now. But you also got to be careful because that Entomb Planet Cracker has been devastating. And knowing the Planet Cracker is still down, maybe, maybe the time to take that fight is before it is back. We do see all of the ultimates coming up here for Periloot, so they have to recognize that the Planet Cracker is going to be available soon. And granted, that's not necessarily the linchpin here, right? It's the Entomb, the Silence Entomb, because they also have the Light Bomb and Phoenix that are going to provide value there too. I'll set up this Bush Gang right into the Stitches and maybe the Chromie. They get the Stitches locked down into the Silence Entomb, and there's that Planet Cracker in between Johanna and Leoric. Light Bomb going out, doesn't hit anybody, but Johanna's on the hunt, hits the Blessed Shield. Leoric continuing the chase after Johanna, slowing down the Varian, and I said Johanna, I meant Jaina, but Johanna chasing down Chromie and Stukov. But that looks to be all they're going to get, as Johanna now popping that Iron Skin, trying to get away, gets caught by the Time Trap. And with that, Rainbow Strike Go does get the keep in the bottom lane now too, and starts the channel on the Zerg. With no Stitches, this could be the beginning of the end. I hate that. I really do. Argo Booster in danger, is gonna go down as he's surrounded by blue health bars. Jaina getting stuck in the ice block in the Entomb. And this, with the Zerg channel being completed, Varian trying to maybe make something happen there, but only bringing his KDA down a little bit. Catapults on the core, and Rainbow Strike Go making their way to the core with nothing but a Stukov and Stitches in between them, and a 2-1 victory on Braxis Holdout. And you know what? Structure-wise, that was very much in favor of Rainbow Strike Go. They had the combo with the Entomb and Planet Cracker, and holy cow, did that work out well. Almost always on Stitches. Almost always able to eliminate him from the fight entirely. And there was nowhere that the Leroy could go, or that Stitches could go, because Leroy was always in front of him. Checking out these numbers, let's check out the damage numbers first of all. Chromie Jaina on the side of Periloot, bringing it home with that 90,000 damage. 88 for Kael'thas and 70 for Phoenix, so quite a bit of damage overall. But let's take a look at those kills. 23 to 11. A little bit more on the healing side from Anduin instead of the over the Stukov. But again, that just is because every time that Stitches got a little bit forward, he got obliterated by the Entomb Planet Cracker. All right, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 2-1 victory for Rainbow Strike Go over Periloot. Let's go ahead and update that on the page, shall we? Rainbow Strike Go breaking the map pick curse, if you will. Or not curse, I guess it's the karma, right? The thing that they did. They selected map, they won. Well, in that one, they won in spite of not selecting the map. So 2-1, Rainbow Strike Go over Periloot. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. It's been a pleasure casting for you on this replay cast. You'll all be able to check this out on the YouTubes later. Don't forget, every Sunday at twitch.tv/Nexus Gaming Series, you can catch me and a variety of co-casters in the weekly NGS Rewind, where we do exactly this. We look back at matches that didn't get caught throughout the week and make sure that they get cast. So check that out, 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Sundays. That's it for right now. Have a great week, everybody. Schedule your flex matches, and yeah, good luck with the rest of your season.